welcome, Final Five. You ready to get to your reward challenge?
Yeah.
Woo! This one is a classic. You're gonna be playing a little game of touchy subjects. Woo! Some heated questions, loaded questions about all of you. But the catch is, you're not going to be answering. You're gonna be figuring out what the jury thinks about the five of you. So, we'll bring in the jury. You'll have to answer their questions one by one, what they think about the five of you. And the first person to get through all 6 jurors and be correct will win reward. Wanna know what you're playing for?
Yes.
This is a big one, so be ready. The first person to get through and get correct on all 6 jurors will win breakfast with a juror. You will get to choose one member of the jury to have breakfast with. You will also be in charge of giving breakfast items to the rest of the group. So everybody will eat, but the winner will decide.
You can have fun now.
You can have fun now. But the first place gets to pull one member of the jury, ask them anything they want. Breakfast with the juror. So, worth playing for?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. All right, first question. Who would you not invite to a family dinner? Who would you not invite to a family dinner? Hopefully you've all built friendships to last longer than this. But we'll see who's not coming to family dinner. Everybody's answers locked? Okay, Jesse, who is not coming to family dinner?
Taylor. Oh, fuck, I knew it.
All right, players, please reveal.
I'm sorry, girl.
Jason says Taylor, Victoria says Larissa, Paxton, Taylor from Larissa. Taylor, what did you say?
I said Riley.
Riley, all right. Jason and Larissa, move on up one. Riley, you can stand. Just a refresher, Larissa and Jason, you're now answering what you think Riley would say to these questions. The rest of you still answering for Jesse. Here we go. Next one. Who smells the worst? Larissa checking her armpits. Who smells the worst? 6 days in the Canadian wilderness. That'll do it to you. All right, Riley, who smells the worst?
Garlic Man Paxton.
Garlic Man Paxton. Please reveal. Paxton knows, he says himself. Taylor with garlic in parentheses. Taylor and Paxton, you can move up one. You can move up a line. German, who smells the worst?
I do.
German. Jason says German. Larissa says herself. Jason, you can move on up. Lydia's in the game. All right.
Come on.
Spread out all over the board here. Next question. Who is the least self-aware? Who out of this group is the least self-aware? No awareness. All right, Riley, who's the least self-aware?
Victoria.
Victoria, who'd you guess? Said Taylor. Incorrect.
He knows what.
German, who's the least self-aware?
Victoria.
Oof. Please reveal. Riley, Paxton, Larissa, what'd you say? Riley, nobody getting it right. Lydia, who's the least self-aware?
Paxton.
Paxton.
But maybe
Jason,
not,
what'd you
actually.
answer?
Riley.
Riley.
Because you put yourself, so I'm wrong. That's what I said.
All right, nobody getting that one right. Next one. Who do you wish you could have gotten to know better? Who do you wish you had a little more time with to chat? Get to know better. Answers are locked. Riley, who do you wish you could have gotten to know better?
Taylor.
Taylor. Victoria, what'd you say? Aw. German, who do you wish you could have gotten to know better?
Larissa.
Larissa, reveal. Taylor gets it right. You can move on up. Lydia, who do you wish you had some more time with?
Victoria.
Jason said Jesse. All right, it's Jason and Taylor in the lead now in this challenge. Larissa and Paxton in second place. Victoria still in last. Next question. Who do you most want to keep in touch with after this game? Forming some strong relationships out here. Which ones are going to stick? Who do you want to keep in touch with? All right, answers are locked. Riley, who do you want to stay in touch with?
Larissa.
Victoria, please reveal. Incorrect. German, who do you want to stay in touch with?
Taylor.
Both of them getting it right. Larissa, Paxton, you can move up a line. Lydia, who do you want to stay in touch with?
Jason.
Jason. Jason and Taylor both getting it correct.
you, Jake, after this.
Taylor,
Yeah, that's fine. You're tall enough.
You're literally so
I'm happy with this. I want to be up.
All right. We're going to flip this a little bit. Who would never vote for you if you were at the end and they were on the jury?
Woo!
Who does Riley think would never vote for him? Who does Lydia think would never vote for them? Who does Maddie think would never vote for them? They were at the end instead of you. All right, we're locked. Riley, who's not voting for you?
Surely Victoria.
Victoria, reveal. Oh, incorrect. Lydia, who do you think is never voting for you?
Sorry, babe, Larissa.
Larissa, Paxton, reveal. Both say Paxton. Neither correct. Maddie, who do you think is not voting for you?
100% German.
German. Jason, correct. Taylor,
Nice.
incorrect. Jason gonna move on to the final line here.
Lock in, girl.
All right, next question. Who do you think the fan favorite of the season is? After all this is said and done, the episodes come out, who's the favorite? Everybody locked? All right, Riley, in your opinion, who's the favorite?
Larissa.
Victoria, incorrect. Lydia, who's the favorite this season?
After last night from Kristen. Gosh.
Larissa, Paxton, reveal. Oh, said Jason, neither correct.
Yeah.
Maddie, who do you think the fan favorite's gonna be?
Sorry. Kristen.
Taylor, reveal. Probably the most Taylor answer I could think of. All right.
I'm not a narcissist, but I think their reveal is pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Jason's correct, Jason wins reward. Breakfast with the juror. Congratulations. Someone knows their jury. Well done. All right, Jason,
God.
here are the breakfast items that you get to disperse between the rest of your tribe.
Okay, is one of these mine?
One of these is yours. That's an easy decision.
This isn't that stressful because they all look great. Like, I would devour all of these, and I think they would too. So I'm just going off of vibes. I think Larissa mentioned pancakes, so I feel a little bit bad, but I think maybe she's kind of looking for something sweet. Larissa gets blueberry muffin.
Okay.
Taylor spicy, so he gets a spicy wrap. Egg sandwich, breakfast burrito. I'm gonna give Paxton egg sandwich and Victoria breakfast burrito.
Okay,
That's gonna be
amazing. Now the big question for you is,
Yeah.
which juror would you like to have breakfast with?
Maddie.
Maddie.
Yeah.
All right. Maddie, come on in.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks for the invite. How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. I'm very
Congrats.
hungry, so don't mind me.
No, please eat away.
If you want one.
No,
feel free.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling confident.
Good.
I think that I have a shot.
Yeah.
Do you think I have a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions? Because I'm happy to spill any tea that you would like to.
Yeah, I would love tea. I was shocked by all the Victoria answers because I saw her as like a sleeper threat, but apparently people didn't respect how she navigated the merge, I guess.
It's yes. I think the thing is, my understanding is people respect her gameplay, but not necessarily the way she executed it socially.
If there's one person you think I shouldn't sit next to.
Oh, that's a great question. Most dangerous to your game? Oh shit, that's hard. Maybe Taylor?
I was gonna say Taylor. I think Taylor is self-aware, which is now scaring me. I figured if I took him to Final 3 and he didn't necessarily know what the feelers were, then maybe I had a decent shot against him.
I think Taylor has 2 guaranteed jury votes.
Really?
Like, I based off of like early discussions.
This is important for me.
Yeah, please.
Because I viewed Victoria as a little bit more of a threat than Taylor. But I know Taylor's game and it's been very public. My plan heading into this round, because of my past perception, was actually voting out Victoria here to team up with Larissa. So me and Larissa make it to Final Four together because I thought we were the two biggest threats.
Yeah.
But now I'm not sure if I beat Taylor.
That would be the concern. This is a brain decision, not a heart decision for me.
That's gonna crush me if I vote out Taylor. It really is.
You're doing
Thank you
great.
for being open.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Really, you're playing a great
Really
game.
appreciate it.
You've got a really good shot at this.
thank you. That changes the game for me. I really thought I could pull off a Victoria move and have that set me up going to finals with Taylor. I might have to take out Taylor now. And I love the kid. The only logic I had was Taylor's spicy, so he needs the spicy burrito.
That was so funny.
Coming back from breakfast with Maddie, he told us all how the jury stands, which makes things a little more complicated.
I'm happy I picked Maddie.
Oh, really?
Because Maddie's a fully open juror, and I figured he would be, right? Because he's voting fully off of a game.
I was a little bothered by the way some of the jury members voted. My game of loyalty and pure trustworthiness got me to this point and is the reason why I'm there. And then Victoria finds out that no one actually respects her game.
We were all talking about how this challenge made us very shook and
It's such a subject, yeah.
it's crazy how my entire perception of where I thought I stood is totally unraveled. I thought I have a decent standing in the jury, and now I feel absolutely horrible. As far as jury management goes, I don't know that I really have any true friends on the jury right now, which is slightly concerning. This, I think, is the pivotal moment for me. So right now I'm concerned about Larissa. I'm hoping that she does not win the next immunity challenge. I'm happy we're on the same page that that Jason and Larissa clearly
Have to go.
are in the favor of the jury as far as that challenge is concerned, at least. So I'm totally done with that.
I think that Larissa is still the consensus person who is most likely to win, which I still agree with. I think the jury is packed with greens. I think she's so likable, so confident. She's just the type of person who wins this. I think that I am visibly someone who's been an underdog for a while, so I'm just trying to get to that finish line.
It's not me that wins in the end. It's not you that wins in the end. Taylor has it. There's 2 locked points for Taylor already. I'm gonna pull in Larissa and Paxton. That's the move that I have to do, because even if I go to Final 3 with them, Maddie kind of made sense that I had a shot. Larissa will give me a run for her money, but I have my own game to stand on. I'm in it, and I just need that final push.
Come on in. You guys can line up right there.
Starstruck. Oh, it's gonna be the...
All right, final. Did you forget the necklace, Paxton?
Guess who has to get it?
Go get it, Paxton. All right, final 5 here at your next immunity challenge. Ready to get to it?
Yeah.
Here we go. First things first, Paxton, I gotta take it back. You make me take it off? No worries. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. For today's challenge, it's a big one. Biggest challenge in Marooned history. I hope you are ready. You're gonna race out into 6 different obstacles to retrieve 3 puzzle pieces from each, one at a time. It'll be one person on each obstacle, one at a time. You'll race through, grab your puzzle piece, come around, through the belly crawl, put your piece down.
Before you repeat any obstacle, you must complete each of them at least once.
Once you retrieve all 18 pieces, you will then complete a dragon puzzle with the most pieces in Marooned history. It'll be the first person to complete their puzzle will win immunity and have a guaranteed spot in the final 4. Let those words sink in. Final 4. Are you ready to get to it? Stakes are high.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. On my go. Survivors ready. Go. And there we have our final 5 immunity challenge. Victoria's back in the belly crawl. Paxton back with the belly crawl.
I'm already exhausted.
Jason already exhausted. You got this, Taylor. You so flat feet, you got it.
Oh my god, we're gonna die. We're actually gonna die.
17 more times, Victoria.
This sucks.
Yeah, it does. Larissa falls off the balance beam, gotta go back. Victoria gonna try those ninja steps again, and she makes it. Taylor staring down the barrel of a teeter-totter.
I'm gonna break my fucking ankle, bitch.
Paxton grabs the wrong piece. Paxton has been accidentally grabbing the wrong color this whole challenge. Larissa with 3 extra pieces on that board thanks to Paxton.
I'm sorry, me.
Taylor makes it across with his first puzzle piece, defeats the teeter-totter. Gonna head to that belly crawl. Gonna roll under the belly crawl. That's, honestly, that's amazing. And who else but Taylor, right? Well done, Taylor, I love it. Victoria, the rolling instructor, making sure everybody's doing it quickly.
Jason went out of order. He's got a 1-minute penalty.
Paxton gotta go back. Victoria back with another piece. Taylor with another piece. Paxton gonna try something else. Jason has another piece. Larissa gets across the railroad cross.
Oh wait, Jack, put me a 1-minute timeout.
Paxton goes out of order, 1-minute penalty.
Penalty? Or you just break it?
I forgot to do that the second time around.
Clear integrity, brother.
Jason rolling through with this final puzzle piece. Jason with his final puzzle piece, gonna start on that puzzle. He's first to go. The biggest puzzle in Marooned history. Victoria gonna start on the puzzle now, has all the pieces. Larissa gonna start on the puzzle as well now. Jason with a few pieces together, starting to see a little bit of it. Victoria with quite a bit of progress on this puzzle. Jason with quite a bit of progress. Larissa's matching the pieces up as well. Paxton through the belly crawl with his final piece. He's got a leaf stuck to his shirt, but he's ready. Each player super concentrated on what they have to do. Jason and Victoria with the most amount of time to work on this.
Oh my God.
Jason sees something. 34 pieces in this puzzle. The most we've ever seen. Taylor on his way back with his final puzzle piece, staying in this challenge.
That's what I was good.
It's Victoria and Jason about the same spot right now. Both would love to have immunity at this stage of the game. Jason with a couple pieces left, Victoria with a couple pieces left. You gotta move fast. Jason with 4 pieces, Victoria with about 6. Jason moving quickly, Victoria's moving quickly, it's a race. Victoria with a couple pieces left. Let's see. Victoria wins immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 4 of this season. One step closer to the end of this game. All right, what a battle. Give yourselves a hand for that challenge. Well done. Big congratulations in accordance to Victoria. Come on over, it's yours.
Before I take that, I just wanted to say that I messed up the order and I would feel guilty taking the immunity. So I'm willing to pass it off to anyone else who would like it. And I think because Jason was in second place, he should have it.
You're giving up immunity to Jason?
Because I messed up the order, so I don't think it's fair if I take it.
Before you repeat any obstacle, you must complete each of them at least once.
Okay. Well, it's official. Jason, come on over, grab this necklace.
Oh my god.
You deserve it.
Oh my god.
Congratulations. Immunity is yours. Walk me through your emotions right now.
I just always wanted it. Like, I came close a lot of times. And she gave me that moment, and I couldn't be more thankful. Thank you, Victoria. Oh my god.
Jason, congratulations. You will see the final 4 of this game. We have tribal council in an hour, so I will see you later.
Thanks, Braden.
Well done. Great challenge, everybody. Great work.
I love Survivor and I love these games because there's a lot of strategy to it. But I came into the game on purple because I know that I play with emotion and I know that I really strive to make the human connections. And for someone to try and make the human connection back to me was just really unexpected. And I'm just very thankful for her.
If I had that around my neck, I would feel guilty the whole time.
That shows everyone who you are, really. That's gonna show, your friends watching at home who you are, your parents watching who you are. That was just something, I've never seen that before, ever.
I think that she's had a really hard day after that, her award challenge. And I think that this is her way of proving to the jury that she's been playing this whole time. She's got a heart. She plays fair on a human-to-human level. That was just something I'm never gonna forget ever. She completely earned all respect from me.
Well, I think I know where my vote's going. It's the race for me.
I came in thinking I had to target Taylor. After that, it's just such a big moment for me that I'm willing to hear anybody, especially Victoria, out.
My plan heading into this round with a lot of love was to blindside Taylor. Because I was shocked to hear he has 2 loud votes at the end.
It was the right thing to do too. Not accept the win, so I'm happy I did it. I do think that me giving Jason the immunity regardless, I wanted to vote out Larissa. If they blindside me, vote me out here, whatever.
It would have to be the 3 of them because it will not be me.
Yes.
As we talked about a million times, I have to have you up there with.
Yeah, and I have to have you there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be proper if it wasn't like that.
I need Larissa to go here. I think the jury is filled with Greens who all respect her more than Paxton. I think she will win this game if she gets to the end.
The best outcome for each of us personally is if the other one of us goes home right
It's
now.
like what happened in the discussion.
And we were like, well, let's just think it out. And then we were like, oh, wow, that's actually really perfect. You make one big move, and all of a sudden everybody hates you, but also everyone just keeps telling me it's because everyone likes me. Everyone's so fucking obsessed with me. That's the entire vibe of the season. I want it to be Taylor, but I think that I'm the #1 target, so I need to go mingle.
I've been thinking through the options between voting for you or voting for Taylor, and in terms of what it means for me at Final 3.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to decide between if I'm going to go Taylor or Larissa. I have to weigh my options here and think about who I really, really actually want to sit next to at a final tribal council. Jason said, or Taylor actually has a lot more jury votes.
Did he say that to you too?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so then that must, I mean, it checks out then.
Right. Taylor and I played completely separate games. He has an underdog story. Everyone loves an underdog story. I played a loyal game. No one likes a loyal game. Everyone, underdog story is way more compelling.
As long as you, me, and Jason lock in, it's good for us if Taylor goes home, and it's good for us if Victoria's left.
Victoria's left half of it, 100%.
Victoria to me has effective immunity. Of course she has. She deserves it. And it's just between Taylor and Larissa. I'll just be frank. Maddie told me that you were a big threat heading into it. Well, you told me that you were the threat heading into it. Coming in, I just knew I was voting Taylor after my conversation with Maddie. But now, Victoria not wanting to vote Taylor has a lot of swing on me. And I actually have no clue what I'm going to do. And it was just like, I don't know. I just don't think I can sit you after that.
Please don't.
I just think it has to be you need Victoria before we do that. Okay?
Please don't.
This is the most important vote of the season. Like, this determines a winner. I might be the swing, but I'm just gonna unfortunately vote out one of my really close friends, but that's the name of the game.
We'll now bring in the members of our jury. All right, welcome Final 5 to Tribal Council. Let's start off with this morning. You wake up day 6. You're the only 5 players that get to witness the end of Marooned, the final day of Marooned. Larissa, tell me about how that felt waking up this morning.
It was nice. We took the night off last night, kind of just went back and chilled, and then even this morning, I mean, game talk was slow, which was good. It was just relaxing, kind of enjoying it all. And then, I'm sure I'll get to this, but then reward, so that was exciting.
Yeah, speaking of reward, so Jason, you win the reward challenge this morning, breakfast with a jury member. You get to choose any member of the jury. You pick Maddie, come on over, talk to, and talk to me about how that went.
It was good. He looks very clean. And the dialogue was definitely an advantage, I think. I picked Maddie specifically because I felt like we didn't really have as much of a game relationship as he had a lot of things going on. So to hear his point of view was valuable for me to see the forest for the trees.
Big advantage for sure, being able to break that fourth wall and speak to the jury, as you can't do that in any other time. So I definitely see how that could be an advantage. Paxton, what was the feelings of the tribe this morning knowing that this whole experience will be over soon? Is it bittersweet, or are you happy to be there? This has been your life for the past week.
It was really special this morning, waking up and having that time together, knowing that at the end of the day, we don't have to sleep on that tarp anymore. Yeah, really a special moment between us 5, knowing that it's like we're in every single episode this season.
Mm-hmm.
And like we, something that a lot of us, I assume, wanted really, really bad. And so really gratifying for all of us. A really special moment, I thought.
100%. So to start diving into the game aspect of today, the Final Four of Marooned is unique in the way that the Final Four will vote somebody to go through to the end, or if you can't unanimously decide, you'll draw rocks, making this game a Final 2. So knowing that it could be a Final 3 or a Final 2, Taylor, talk to me about the mindset with that coming up. Does that affect this vote?
No, it definitely does. I mean, I think anybody would be foolish not to run through every single potential elimination here and see which of those Final Fours gets me to my favorite final. Which ones pose a risk of me getting eliminated, and which ones help me get to the final but in a worse position. So I know that's what I was doing in my alone time while other people paired off, just as we played revolving doors.
You said you had alone time. Was that more alone time than usual?
I mean, I guess it's like any odd number round. Like
Yeah.
the top 7, like there was always one person whenever like there were people were pairing up. So like I didn't read too much into it.
Fair enough. So
we are at the immunity challenge. Victoria, you pulled off the win, but after you decided to give up immunity to Jason. Talk to me about that decision.
Yeah, about like halfway through, you made a comment about someone like being on their second round of obstacles, and I remember thinking, oh my goodness, like I was not going in the right order. And in the moment I was like, I guess I'll just keep going, and I tried to alternate what I had left as best as I could, but during the puzzle, it's all I could think about. Like the guilt was eating me a bit. So I figured at the end that the right thing to do would be to give it to whoever was closest to me, and that happened to be Jason. And I hope that that was the right decision, but I really just did it because I wanted to maintain integrity, and I didn't want to have immunity when I didn't deserve it.
Absolutely. Is there more into that decision, or does it just come down to the guilt of feeling like you messed up in the challenge and wanting to give it to the next person that was closest?
The decision I made was pretty like quick, and I came up with it, I would say, actually giving it away. I came up with that quite on the fly because I did feel guilty. But it would be foolish of me to sit up here and say that like it wouldn't have made any sort of impact on the jury, especially because they are watching. I do want to say though that regardless of you guys watching, I didn't do it for that reason. I did it for my own peace of mind, but I do think it could potentially have an impact.
So Jason, this was a great outcome for you. You get immunity from placing second in the challenge. Talk to me about this necklace being around your neck. You immediately broke down after Victoria's decision. Is this something that you needed?
I'm not sure if I need it or not. You can never be too sure in Survivor. It just came down to it just being a really human moment, and it wasn't something I was expecting in Final Five when everyone's clawing for their lives.
Do you feel like you had more social prowl with the necklace around your neck during this round?
I did. Everyone, I think, feels that I'm in between two duos right now, and unless my perception's wrong, I think I'm making the call. And like, I will openly say I played it like ass. I played it like shit because I over-talked, I over-promised. When I got back to camp, I was in just an emotional fluster, and I let that dictate my words to people, and my words matter, and they matter to them. And I know that this round I hurt multiple people, and I own it. It wasn't meant to be intentional. I didn't mean to let anyone on. I didn't mean to give people false hope. And I know what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna stick to it. And if people want to pitch now, they can, but I'm not giving any more input because I can't bear to hurt people more.
Taylor, tell me about at the Final Five, what's the reason to vote somebody out right now?
I think, at least for me, I would be voting in a way that maximizes my chances of making it to the finals. Other people might not feel so assertive in how they play, but I do.
So Larissa, as we are so closely into this game, are you watching people in real time build their path to the end? And how do you navigate everybody having a different agenda?
100%. I think that there's a lot of agendas that could overlap, and that's the biggest part about talking to people, is trying to figure out where it's an individual game, but your agendas can overlap and your agendas can work out evenly or fairly, and see what people kind of want to do and how they want to play this game, and it definitely makes a difference on how people want to play. Everyone has a different path to the end, but some of those paths could overlap and work together really well, and other paths might not, and that's just kind of everyone's individual decision on if they want to work with people or against people to try to get there.
Well, I think with nothing else left to say, we're going to see whose path ends here. So, with that, it is time to vote. Taylor, you're up first.
I think that jury breakfast fucked me. It's you or me. We both agreed on it in a conversation. I just was sad you caught on to my plan.
Taylor said that he said something sweet and nice, even though this whole time he's been saying mean, bitchy things. So that was my mean, bitchy thing, is that he's being a little bitch and using emotions and guilt to get himself safe. And it might work, because Jason's a sensitive guy, and that's fair. But alas, the best players go out at 4 and 5. But the best players can figure out their way to the end.
Taylor and I had a great relationship, and I don't want to mess that up.
We cut that tension with a knife. That was brutal. I really have thought about it a lot, and I really think that having Larissa sitting next to me in Final Tribal is the best way to go about it. And that's why I'm voting for Taylor.
I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has an idol or an advantage and they would like to play it, now is the last time that you can do so. All right, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Larissa. Second vote, Taylor. 1 vote Larissa, 1 vote Taylor. Third vote, Larissa. 2 votes Larissa, 1 vote Taylor, 2 votes left. Next vote, Taylor. We are tied. 2 votes Larissa, 2 votes Taylor, 1 vote left. And the next person voted out of Marooned Season 3 and the 7th member of our jury. Taylor, that's enough. Please bring me your torch.
Jason got an advantage where he could hear from the jury, so I'll give you 3 the same thing. Whichever one of y'all votes Jason out next round gets my vote 100%. Otherwise, I'm voting for him.
Taylor, the tribe has spoken.
Thank you.
Time for you to go.
I'd say good game, but I'm tired of lying.
All right, final 4. Congratulations on making it to this part. You now have 1 more round to go, unless you decide otherwise. You have now the Marooned unique final 4 twist to navigate. So you can head back to camp, talk a little bit, and I will see you back here shortly. Grab your stuff, head out. See you later.
I'm gutted, obviously. I thought that I set myself up well enough to get through it, but clearly not, so I made my gamble. It wasn't a good one, and I'm okay with that. This was the most difficult thing I've ever done physically. I'm proud of myself for getting through all the challenges. I know that I influenced the merge for the most part, and I do think I played a winning game. Just unfortunately they caught on to it. But Jason's never getting my vote. I lied again. I will never vote for that motherfucker. Team Victoria all the way.
Taylor walked off and said, Jason's winning, get him out. The highs and lows of Marooned just can't be compared to anything. They really can't. And Taylor was a tough vote. Yeah, I mean,
emotional round.
You know, I wasn't like fibbing like he was, I think, beating everybody.
Last round, Taylor got voted out. I did in fact want Larissa gone. I thought that was better for me overall. But alas, she's still here, so we make do with that. The next thing is to choose who is going to be moving on from Final 4 to Final 3.
Does anyone want to go through? Does anyone not want to go through?
I don't want to go. I don't want to be pushed through.
Me neither.
Both Paxton and I do want to compete in the challenge, and we do want to earn our spot. We both expressed that we're not comfortable being just pushed through.
How do people feel about pushing Jason through versus pushing me through versus anything?
I mean, Taylor just made a statement.
Yeah.
So I feel like if people want to undercut me, that's the way.
We're trying to come up with a unanimous decision right now, which seems to be between Larissa and Jason.
Just because of my pre-merge game, I've just wanted to be at the end, like really, really badly. So if people were okay with pushing me through, then I would happily take it.
I'd be down to push you through.
I'll push you through.
Would you?
I think so. I need to think about it for a second. I'm going back and forth. If Jason goes through, then it's me, Victoria, Paxton. If Paxton wins, he takes me. If I win, I take Paxton. If Victoria wins, I'm cooked. And Victoria likes to win challenges, so I'm actually just cooked. But if we push him through, that's double power for Jason, which is spicy. The only way it becomes you, me, and Victoria in the final 3, if that's still what we want, like, I think that's our best odds.
Yeah.
Is if I get pushed through and you win. It would be the social thing to get myself pushed through, but I don't want to be a dick. And at this point, this might be like the end of my game, but I'm just willing to put it all on a challenge because I just love doing challenges and I get to do every single one of them and it's so fun.
I feel like he's not, like, no one ever thought of him as a challenge guy.
Yeah.
The fact that he is getting pushed through and not playing in the challenge isn't going to lose him any respect.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we just like let him decide that last challenge and then push him through. That's like giving him a lot of clout.
Yeah. The question is, if I were to send Jason through and play against Larissa and Victoria in the Final 4 Immunity Challenge, if I were to win it, I have the decision to send home Larissa right then and there. But I feel really scared sitting next to Jason. I don't think I can beat Jason. I think I can beat Larissa. I think I can make it work against Larissa.
I really think you're really shocked. I'm sorry to be blunt about that.
I don't want to feel tied to Larissa's hip this whole game, but like, honestly, I'm kind of okay with rocks. I'm gonna do what I can to win this game.
Victoria, like we know Larissa is. Like if it's me versus Larissa versus anybody, whatever, Larissa's with me. I think this is completely showing why I should be the winner of this season. And for me to socially navigate my way through this round, I really think is nothing short of extraordinary.
You're right. I need to put it in my own hands, and I need to, if I lose because I'm bad at a challenge, then like, whatever, you know? If Victoria wins the challenge, then that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Now it just comes down to if I got him or not. I think that none of them should put me through. I think if they put me through, I think they all lose the season. I have not gotten a single vote that's counted against me all season, but can I fool them? That's the question.
All right, before we get started, first thing, Jason, I got to take the immunity necklace. Nobody's safe at this vote.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. All right, Final 4. Victoria, how we feeling?
Absolutely stoked, honestly. I think it's pretty cool to make it this far in the game, and at least I've outlasted more than I thought I would. So it's a pretty nice feeling to be sitting up here. But there's still more game to play, and so that's kind of on the top of my mind, I would say.
Larissa, talk to me about this Final 4 format.
I am really happy that we don't have to vote anybody out anymore. I just think it's a little interesting, the concept of like pushing someone through and then whoever wins immunity gets both the power to have themselves through who they bring with them, and then they just automatically are basically have the sole power to eliminate someone else. I really like the format of like fire, where at least you're getting put into a situation where you have a chance to battle. So it's kind of interesting that like this next challenge that we go into, whoever goes, is gonna have to fight to win it, but also to like, if you don't, like that person just gets to choose whether or not you go home solely. And I feel like no one should have that power.
Paxton, walk me through what today has been. I asked Victoria at the beginning of the day what the theme of today would be. What do you think the theme of today has been?
A theme of today? I mean, just kind of like unpredictability. Like, you know, we woke up and we were all like so happy to be there. And then getting through these challenges, after the reward challenge, the touchy subjects, like suddenly like, I feel like the camp was rattled, honestly, after that one. Like there was a lot of stuff that we thought we knew that is maybe not true. And then we come back after that, and then the Taylor tribal, like you could cut that tension with a knife. Like it was just like, so it's like ever changing and definitely unpredictable today's been.
Jason, walk me through this vote now in the Final Four. Was everything on the table? Is there a group decision, or is it kind of up in the air at the moment?
Yeah, I find this Final Four round interesting because it really directly conflicts emotional strategy. With one player potentially getting rocked out, just on a surface level, none of us want that, because it's a really tough way to go home when you're at the very end of the game and you push so hard for 6 days and it's just in the cards that you're out. So there's a disappointment there. But then you have to start thinking about the strategic level of, do I actually want to send this to rocks? Is that going to up my odds of getting to the final 2 or 3 in a way that benefits me and gives me the best shot to win? So that's something that all 4 of us, I think, have been weighing.
So Victoria, last season of Marooned, it was just not a question at all that they were going to rocks. What Jason's saying is it might be on people's minds. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't think any of us honestly want to go to rocks at all. And to be frank, I think that there's pretty much 2 options on the table right now as far as who to send through. Larissa or Jason has really been the only topic at camp. So we are fully internally battling right now of which one we want to send through, and how that affects our odds winning the final tribal.
So Paxton, that wasn't one of your names. Is that a group decision by you as well, that you don't want to be pushed through? You want to compete in that challenge?
Yeah, I was pretty clear that I want to fight for immunity, or for the last immunity challenge. I want to be there and I want to compete for it. And I told them all that. They all know that.
So Larissa is being pushed through something that you want for your game. What's your pitch?
I actually haven't really been pitching it majorly. I'm pretty indifferent. I'm a Libra, I'm indecisive, I can't decide, but I'm kind of torn. Like, I think it would be, I'm really kind of trying to think through it as from a strategic standpoint of who can get there and how they're going to get there and what that means for their game and my game. And I'm open to being pushed through and I'm thinking about how that could affect my game and how that could affect others and who's going to end up next to me. I'm also open to what the other plan is doing Jason and pushing him through. He wants to be pushed through. I'm like, I could go for it. But I'm trying to think about how that also will affect his view and what the jury's thinking. And he obviously has this extra insight, so he's telling us things. And we would love to trust him and believe him on that, but it's also kind of like take everything he says with a grain of salt, because, you know, we don't know what the jury was telling. If the jury was telling the truth, he's telling the truth, we like want to trust that and everything, but there's just a lot of factors in it. So I think for me personally, I'm just trying to figure out what is the best scenario for myself and for everyone else, and kind of seeing if we can get that for everyone.
Mm-hmm. So Jason, Larissa says you want to be pushed through. What's your pitch?
Well, for me, my pitch was more so avoiding rocks. And I think I made it pretty vocal. I was fine with it being Larissa. I respect that both Paxton and Victoria don't want to be pushed through because they are fine with competing and making it to the end and putting in that last paragraph of their story in the way that they want to. But I just would like there to be a final 3 out of these 6 days that we've been spending together. So for me personally, the emotional weight is heavier than the strategic weight at the moment. I think pushing somebody through, there is a little bit of a stigma of, oh, they think that they're an easy beat. I think that's kind of what Paxton and Victoria kind of jumped in on, unless I'm wrong. But I think that with me, if I get pushed through, right, I think that does show that I could be an easy beat to these players. But really my pitch has been, I just want to pitch. So I made it really clear that I'm fine with rocks. If I go home to rocks, there's no hard feelings. So I don't want anyone to feel like emotionally like drawn in to do something. But it's going to be 4 different individual decisions you're seeing tonight, Braden.
Absolutely. And I think I'm ready to see those decisions.
Yeah. Separately from this, or do you want to open forum it?
It's no judgment. Go.
Do you want to
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge decision right now, Paxton and Jason.
If we push Jason forward, that leaves us 3. Paxton said he's absolutely picking you. If he wins, you pick Paxton. So that doesn't do good for me.
Because then it's you, Victoria, and me, and then you two take each other. And I don't think it can be both of you because you're the ones that are ready.
I don't know. Guys, what are you two doing?
I think it's rocks.
No, what? We're not doing rocks.
I didn't know anything about it.
Why?
Because
What's your thought process?
I think it's best. I think it's what I gotta do for my game.
And I told him
Then
I
we
was
go to a
gonna push
final
him.
2. We're not doing rocks. Okay, why are you writing me down?
Because I think it's what I have to do for my game in order to best put myself in the best position to win it.
But I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And do you want me to say that I'll stick with you and I'll do whatever you want and I'll vote myself? That's fine, but then it's rocks, and that's the final 2. If we go to rocks, the final 2, not only is one of us getting out, but we're going to a final 2 and only 2 of us have a chance versus 3 of us have a chance. That's just not even worth it. At that point, like, there's no point.
I mean,
Okay, so clearly Victoria and I are flexible. We're open to doing a lot of different things to avoid rocks. Jason, you are.
I think after the conversations today and how it's now live, it's just like, I think if I go a different way, I don't understand how that's a narrative for the jury. You know, I feel like I got manipulated at Final Four.
Okay.
You know.
So how locked in are you on just voting for
I'm
yourself?
just gonna vote for myself.
Okay,
I'm gonna vote for myself. I'm gonna say apply to Marooned, and that's gonna be it.
every time I think about it, I think differently now.
I need to have to. Alright, Braden, I think we're ready.
Ready to go? Yeah. Okay.
Big twist, Braden.
Thank you. Just making you guys think. So here's how this is going to work, just concrete so I can explain. I'm gonna send each of you to the voting booth to vote for one person you want to send through to the finale, automatically facing the jury. If all 4 of the parchments are the same, that person will go through. The rest of you will compete in a challenge. The winner will vote one more person out, making a final 3. If you cannot unanimously come to a decision, you'll have 2 minutes to decide unanimously as a group. If you can't, we'll draw rocks, eliminating one person from the game. Then, the last 3 people will compete in a challenge. Same thing, winner will vote one person out and we'll go to a final 2 this season. Stakes are set, everything's clear. All right, with that, it is time to vote. Victoria, you're up.
I do recognize that by doing this, it pretty much means I have to win the next challenge. We'll see if what you said about the jury in terms of Maddie's views are correct, and that you're not as strong as you may seem.
Here's the tea, guys. Jason, my guy, shut the fuck up. I have been working on this man for a week. I have been manipulating him into believing that he's gonna win and he's gonna beat me for so long. I was like giving him this whole loyalty shit and like all this stuff like about how Kusith's strong and fighters, and he literally says to me, you know, like, I'm a fighter and I want to take on the challenge. Like, beating you would be so much more satisfying than like beating anyone else because it's just more of a challenge. And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. Genius, Paxton. Good idea that I planted in your head 3 days ago. Alas. But yeah, I think Paxton's still gonna take me. But Jason was trying to ruin that, and I was like, don't hop in now. This is 6 days worth of effort in this little boy right here. So ease up.
Please be an idiot, Paxton. Please be an idiot. Please be so stupid.
Apply to be on Marooned.
This jury is driving me insane, like insane. I can't figure myself out around them. I'm actually gonna send Larissa because I want to take on that challenge, and I want her and I, honestly, just as friends, to just fight. I don't know. I'm driving my game into the ground. I don't know what I'm doing here.
I'll go tally the votes. All right, it is time to reveal the vote of who went through or not. Each of you voted for one person to go through to the end of this game. If all of these parchments are the same, that person will go through. But if even one is different, we'll draw rocks. So, stakes are set. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jason. Second vote, Jason. Third vote, Jason. One vote left. If this vote says Jason, you will have a guaranteed spot in the finale. And the final vote, Jason, you will face the jury this season. Congratulations. You are headed to the finale.
Oh my God, thank you all.
No need for these. All right, well, to confirm, Jason, you will be headed through to the finale this season. You will face the jury and plead your case as to why you should win this game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As for you, Victoria, Paxton, and Larissa, the three of you will now compete in a challenge. The winner of that challenge will have the sole vote to eliminate one more person, making a final 3 this season. So, a lot is on the line. Grab your torches, head out. I'll see you later.
I'm absolutely gooped and gagged that they put me through. I just don't understand what their thought process was. I mean, I'm just very proud of the work that I put in because I knew that it was always a chance. I'm just very proud of myself and I can't wait to pitch.
Come on in. We are here.
What on earth? Oh, wait.
What? How did you build that?
Here we go.
What is this?
Welcome to Marooned.
Wow, that's very impressive.
A Rube Goldberg machine?
At this point, like, just build my next house.
All right, final 4. Welcome to your final immunity challenge. Larissa, Victoria, Paxton, all of you will be competing in this. Winner will have immunity and the power to send one person home. Here's how the challenge works. So, at the beginning of the challenge, you will take a billiard ball and roll it up the board. It will slowly come down the board. As that happens, you will build a domino run along the beam. If the ball enters the chute at any time, you have to let it go, knock over all of your dominoes, and restart. You'll find it's tricky in the middle because there is a gate with a series of knots that you have to untie. The way to win the challenge is complete your domino run all the way to the end, landing a block in the crate to win immunity. First person to have their block land in the crate will win the final immunity challenge of the season and have a very important decision of which 2 people will go through to the finale. Stakes are set. Are you ready to play? Let's draw for spots. All right.
Victoria, Larissa, Paxton, you are playing for the final individual immunity of the season. On top of that, one of the biggest decisions of this game, who's coming with you to the end and who will be the final member of our jury. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, on my go. Survivors ready. Go. For the final immunity challenge of the season, players are building a domino run, rolling a ball up a plinko board. That is their time frame that they have to build their domino run. They got to be constantly checking what's going on. Where is that ball? Everybody doing a great job. It's Larissa and Paxton in the lead right now. Victoria at the same spot now. Paxton's got to let it go, knock over his tower. Paxton's got to reset. Victoria at the end of the first section, it looks like. Larissa at the end of the first section. Paxton's got to restart. Victoria going to start working on those knots. Has to know where that ball is going to fall. If it gets to that chute, you got to let it go. Both of them recover well. It's Larissa and Victoria in the lead right now. Paxton playing catch up.
Good job, Paxton.
Victoria and Larissa yet to lose this, yet to have their ball go too far. Paxton catching up now, trying to get that to that gate, trying to get to those knots. Paxton gets it at the last possible second.
Good job, Paxton.
Doing well right now. Larissa gets that ball last second. Victoria gonna run out and grab her ball. They're getting through those knots quickly. Depending on where the ball goes on the pegs, it could go faster, it could go slower. It's no guaranteed time. You gotta be on the ball. Victoria's had the most time to work on it. Larissa not too far behind. Paxton just now getting to those knots. He's done a great job of recovering. Gonna be on to the second section soon. Larissa's got the ball. You're good.
Good catch, Larissa.
Great recovery. Almost lost it. Larissa gonna head back. Victoria's got it in time. You gotta stay hyper-focused on the task at hand and not lose concentration. Can't lose track of that ball or it's all over and you have to restart. Victoria and Larissa about the same spot in this challenge. Paxton trying to catch up. Your only time with the break is when you've got that ball in your hand. Otherwise, you are on a timer. Paxton with a great save. Victoria gets there. Larissa gonna roll her ball back up. Final immunity challenge right now. Everybody wants that decision in this game. Victoria almost through those knots now. About to open that gate. Larissa with a nice catch. Victoria saves it. Paxton with a great save. These players are doing it last second. Victoria's the first through the gate.
Good job, Victoria.
Larissa almost done with those knots. Paxton about halfway through. Victoria can start on that second section of dominoes. The winner is going to be the first person to knock over their dominoes run and have a domino drop into that crate. The concentration in this challenge is unmatched to anything you've had to do so far. Larissa almost threw those knots, but Victoria is almost at the end of her domino run. Larissa accidentally lets the ball go through. Gonna knock over the domino tower. Has to restart now. great news for Victoria. She's almost at the end of her domino run. It's only a matter of time now if she can get there in time. Victoria gonna roll that ball up, you gotta make sure everything's perfect for that ball to knock over your dominoes. Victoria gonna try to knock over that domino run. If that domino drops in the crate, she wins. And it does! Victoria wins the final individual immunity of the season. Guaranteed spot in the finale. Will live to see the end of this game. All right, you three, well done. What a battle. But Victoria, congratulations. Come on over. This necklace is yours. So, Victoria, with this win comes the burden of deciding between Larissa and Paxton. One of them will come to the end of the game with you and Jason. The other will become the final member of the jury. I'm sure you've got a lot to think about. So, grab your stuff, head out. I'll see you later for tribal.
About to be time for Victoria to make her decision before final tribal council. I do think she's going to bring me because I think she knows that Larissa is going to beat her, which I think she will. I really did want to take Larissa if I were to win that challenge. As a competitor, like I want to fight the best. I want to take on the best. And I think that's Larissa, and she and I have been number ones this whole game, and I wanted to duel with her in the final three.
You three looked like Olympians doing that. I can't wait for y'all to watch that back.
That was so fun though.
Unbelievable.
Like I really liked that challenge.
Victoria winning was absolutely the best case scenario for me. She was the only one I was confident would take out Larissa, who I think was a massive threat. It was a risk volunteering to just go to a final three knowing I could be sitting next to Larissa, where I would very much imagine that she would have a very good case.
I think you're a very likable person, and I think you played such a good game. And like I just feel like I have so much respect for you. I'm so thrilled that I won that challenge. I have never worked harder, I feel like. So winning this challenge was literally everything for me. If I didn't win this challenge, I'm pretty sure I would not be going to final three. As far as who I'm bringing with me, I think it was pretty obvious to everyone on the tribe. Like, I'm not doing any funky business here. I'm taking Paxton with me. She's a very amazing player, super respectable, amazing loyalty, a great strategy, competitive threat, and I think she played a great game. Probably gonna bring Paxton. Valid.
Is there anything I can do to convince you? I genuinely don't think I'm that much of a threat. I don't think Paxton's a threat either. I think Jason's your biggest competitor, but I think Paxton's gonna get the Kusif votes. I tried to fight, and then she's really good at untying knots. Fuck a domino. She said she was thinking about it. She's probably not gonna think about it. I'm probably gonna lose, but who knows? We'll see. I literally have no faith. I give myself a 10% chance of survival, but I'll put in my work.
We'll now bring in the members of our jury. Jesse, Riley, German, Lydia, Maddie, Kristen, and Taylor voted out at the last tribal council. All right, final four. First of all, let's go with Paxton. How's it feel to be at this point?
It feels pretty good. I wish I could have had a immunity necklace around my neck sitting here, but that is what it is. Just to make it here to Final Four is a really, really special moment, and we'll see how this all plays out right now.
Jason, talk to me about that challenge. You got the front row seat. You didn't have to worry about a thing.
I was saying they looked like Olympians playing that. It was really, really impressive, all three of them. And like she beasted through that. I couldn't like even find a misstep or a hesitation for Victoria. She completely earned that. It was really like incredible.
So Victoria, winning that challenge, how do you feel with the final immunity necklace around your neck right now?
Yeah, it's really huge for me. I think it kind of adds a little bit to the fact that I would probably consider myself now a physical threat, and I didn't think that going into this game that would be something I could lean on. I'm really thrilled to have this right now because it means I'm going to make the final tribal, and I do have a lot of power in my hands.
So Larissa, you were
moments away from also being right there at the end with Victoria in that challenge. Talk to me about when those dominoes started to fall. How did you feel? Do you feel like you needed that win?
Yeah, I saw her getting ahead. She'd gone through the gate already and was setting up the last set, and I was like, I gotta speed up on these knots. So I went a little ambitious and tried 2 at a time because they were just not opening that well. And as soon as I did that, I missed one, and then I was like, I just double cooked myself. So that was unfortunate to have that hit because I was perfect up until then.
So Victoria, you have a very big decision to make at this tribal council, and you guys went back to camp to talk a little bit. Talk to me about your thought process right now. What solidifies your decision? What kind of a decision are you needing to make here?
I think a good decision for me would be to bring someone that I think I have a decent shot winning against in the final. But at the same time, I think it's really respectable to have a final 3 of really strong players and people that you think would be really worth competing against and winning against. But overall, I think anyone sitting here could easily get jury votes and would get jury votes, and so it's really tough.
Absolutely. So Paxton, you're one of the 2 people that Victoria is deciding between. What's your pitch back at camp?
You know, just talking about kind of my place in this game and her place in this game and Larissa's place in this game and how they all go against each other and just what I think is best for her and best for me in a final tribal council.
Larissa, what's your pitch?
Well, I think she's making a big mistake, and I think.
Do you think I'm making a mistake?
Yeah, I do. Well, first off, any decision would be like reasonable and respectable because I think everyone here deserves to be in the final. But I think you're making a huge mistake, honestly, for feminism because we had.
Do you think I'm a misogynist?
Yes, every single.
Well, guess
every
what? I
single
didn't even like
season
your
of Marooned has had
TikToks.
2 women,
You were
and
sitting
you
here
decided to
scrolling
put.
like through your TikToks, and I
That
thought
is
they were the most
not
awkward
fair to
thing I've
say.
ever seen
I'm
in my
really
life.
good at making TikToks.
No, you aren't.
No, that is. You know what? This is literally a decision. I swear to
Shut
God,
the
if you don't
fuck
choose
up.
me,
I
you're gonna
hate
make a
you.
Colorado
Go
frat
away
boy.
right now.
He's not even a frat,
Paxton
and you're gonna
between
pick him
this.
over me.
Get him out of
You're
here.
gonna pick him over me. He won't even stand up and fight with us
You
right
are
now.
the nastiest, skankiest bitch I've ever met. You are a fugly slut.
And seed.
I'm gonna miss you, Paxton.
You're cooked. You're cooked. You're out of here.
So Jason, mom and dad are fighting again. How do you feel with all this going around?
Who's mom and who's dad?
That's up to your interpretation.
Oh, okay. It was very real. I think a very raw moment that you just saw,
Yes.
and you know, the game gets very emotional.
So Victoria, are you ready to make this decision? Okay, so with that, Larissa, you will not vote. You can only vote for Paxton. Paxton, you will not vote. Can only vote for Larissa. Jason, you're not voting because you are already through to the end, which means Victoria, you're the only person to vote. It is time to vote. You're up.
Right. Thought you were gonna say leave.
Go get it.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. I'm not taking you to the final 3 with me. I have nothing but respect for you. I think you're an amazing person, and I totally thought your gameplay was absolutely perfection, and you were able to persuade so many people. And for that reason, I just don't know that I can have you sitting next to me if there's any chance I win. But it's been a pleasure, and I hope we can be friends later.
I'll go tally the votes. All right. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the vote. The final person voted out of Marooned Season 3, the last member of our jury, Larissa. That's enough.
You're lying.
Please bring me your torch.
What the? Okay, fair. Bye, guys.
Who are you?
Have so much fun.
Thanks.
Congrats. Almost had it, but you know.
Larissa, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Good luck. So excited to hear what you guys all have to say. Don't have any fun without me in the next 15 minutes, but I'll see you later.
All right. Jason, Victoria, Paxton, congratulations. You have gone as far as you can go in this game. The power will now shift over to the jury, the previous 8 people who you directly or indirectly voted out of this game. And they will vote for one of you 3 to become the winner of Marooned Season 3. Got some time to think about your speeches. I will see you later for the final Tribal Council. Grab your torches, head out. See you in a bit.
Yeah, that was rough. But you know, I don't know. It just happens. And now I don't have to worry about actually making a speech. And then I don't have to deal with being like a no vote finalist or a 1 vote finalist. I can just say I would have won. I'm really excited to go talk to the jury because I want to know if I actually would have won. I had so much fun playing and I loved all the challenges. I wish I'd done better in a little few of them. Yeah, it's just been so fun. I'm sorry that they're not gonna have a fun tribal now because I'm not there, but alas.
Guys, we made it to the final 3. Let's go.
Yes. The amount of serotonin going through my brain right now, knowing no matter what happens, I get to go home and tell my parents, my friends, my family members that I actually made it all the way. I was never voted out. It's just something that I really can't describe. I'm eating a pizza first thing, as soon as I can. If I can't, McDonald's burger. Like, it has to be
I
one of
need
those.
food is what I need it so bad. I'm starving. I'm gross. I need to take a shower.
I'm very, very proud of myself, and this has been the adventure of a lifetime. I'm absolutely astonished of what I was able to do and how I performed out here. And regardless of how the jury votes, I know one thing for certain. I would vote for me.
I am genuinely thinking that the jury doesn't necessarily have super closed off votes yet. And like, I think that we have a good chance of like what we say now, we could probably sway.
This was a crazy, life-changing experience. I have not been in the woods this long ever. I haven't been without my phone this long ever. I'm mentally, physically, emotionally drained. I think I will sleep for probably a month when I get back home. But that being said, I truly could not have had a better time. And I really think every single player here were just the most amazing people with great hearts and great minds.
Here is the tree mail that we had for this season. Cool little bird box. We decided to put a little Nerf dart on the end of it. And then we all had our signatures all around it. Eating and breathing and sleeping this 6-day game, 24 hours a day for money has actually completely driven me insane with just the level of competition. But this is the moment that I was preparing for. This was the expectation to be here, and it's the expectation to win.
If I could sit here and say, right now where my vote lies, I think it's with Paxton. Being the youngest player here, 19 years old, and having to hang with us dogs, he kind of nailed it.
In this game, to be successful, you needed to insulate yourself with bigger players. He did that with Larissa, he did that with myself, he did that with Riley. He always had layers of insulation around him to protect his game, to make sure that he could be sitting here at the final 3.
I need to explain to the jury how the loyal game that I played was the hardest way to go about this game, especially when Green was by far seen as a top tribe for a while, having the numbers. My one special thing I did this game was that I got someone to play an idol on me, and that no one else can say that.
I think Victoria's game was very good about playing the middle and never really having her name be the main option. She did really, really well know when to switch in between different alliances and kind of work her way to the end, and then also was able to pull out some competitions when it was really needed.
Victoria played a very similar game to me. We were both swap screwed twice in a row and made it through and then skated the middle. So I'm looking forward to how Victoria explains the specific planning she had in making her moves. I think that would be the fastest way for her to secure my vote.
I'm worried at the moment that the jury doesn't see the vision I had, and they see me as someone who flip-flopped in the middle and was kind of like a weasel. But I need to present to them that those decisions were calculated. I completely blindsided Maddie, and I started to win immunities.
Jason has been a tight, close ally since day one. The personal connection that I have maintained with Jason could really swing it for me. I think he's a sweetheart. I think he probably has a really good perception of how he played his own game, and I'm really hoping that he's able to articulate that.
Jason has played an incredible game from the start to finish, starting from using an idol correctly, from being almost second boot, all the way to making it to the final 3. That is an incredible feat. And I think Jason did a phenomenal job at trying to work the social game while also being cutthroat.
Cursed Kingdom is all about grabbing power when you can. And I used my positioning, my social game, and the emotions that I bring in as Jason to take it at every opportunity. I know that I have a silver tongue and it's time to bring it out, and I'm not holding back anything for this pitch. I know that I'm gonna be the winner, I'm gonna fight for it, and I wish Victoria and Paxton the absolute best of luck.
We'll now bring in the members of our jury. Jesse, Riley, German, Lydia, Maddie, Kristen, Taylor, and Larissa voted out at the last tribal council. All right, what a moment. Everybody just take a minute to sit in this moment that we're in right now. We are at the end of this game. Congratulations to the 3 of you for being at the finale, and congratulations to the 8 of you for being our jury this season. You will decide one of these 3 people to win season 3 of Marooned, and I think that's really special, so give yourselves a round of applause. You're all here for a reason, and it is time for us to crown a winner. So here's how this is gonna go. Each of the jurors have a question prepared. They're going to ask their questions, and then each of you will get a chance to plead your case, and then we will vote. And then we will crown the winner of season 3 of Marooned. Are we ready to do that? All right. Jesse, you're gonna start.
This is a question for all 3. If either of you were to win Marooned, what attributes of the other people sitting with you would cause them to lose?
I think that Paxton, although he played a really loyal game the whole time, I do believe that he didn't make enough powerful moves to really be considered a super competitive player out here. And then for Jason, he played the idol advantages, and he really worked his way through the purple tribe. But I think post-merge, the game started to become less intense and more so following the pack a little bit. So I think that the continuity of his game is maybe what would cause him to fall short.
I think that for Victoria, I think she played a middle game, and I think middle games are a lot easier to play than the game that I played, which was a loyal game, in which case I made decisions every time based on the people that I was working with from beginning to end. As for Jason, there wasn't a whole lot of big decisions to be made from his front, and I feel that I actually had much more bigger and powerful decisions than perhaps were led on to be.
I think one of Pax's main problems was flexibility. Much of his game was truly defined by moves by Larissa. And because of her exceptional gameplay, I think that Paxton was able to hear out Larissa's ideas, make ideas of his own based on those ideas by Larissa. But I didn't see Paxton ever, except for the final 6, say, I am really looking to take out Larissa. I think that Vic, in the scenario that I win and she loses, I think that maybe it's a problem of perspective. I think that she was pretty caught off guard on the final 5 touchy subjects rounds and really worked to adjust her game at that point.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Riley, you're up.
All right, finalists. So this game is all about self-perception. And I want to know from y'all, what animal would you describe your gameplay as, and why? And after you answer that, I'm going to give you the general consensus of how we perceived you. We're going to start with Jason.
I would say my game is similar to that of a peacock, right? I think that my game was very, very much out in the open. I think everyone kind of saw what I was doing. I think people saw during the merge there were multiple rounds where I wanted to lower my threat level and make sure that I was just getting through the rounds, and it was my intentional lowering of the threat level that got me through.
So I believe our general consensus of your gameplay was a feral cat.
That's so much better. I was like looking for something aggressive and I couldn't. Sorry.
Like a feral cat.
Yeah.
You were a stray once the merge hit. You were scattering, running from one place to another place. You didn't know where you're gonna go, and you would sink your teeth into wherever you needed to.
Can I comment on that, or would you like them to go?
I would like Victoria to go.
You go.
I'm gonna say I would consider myself actually a tortoise. For that reason, I would say tortoises are constantly going from their land environment to their water environment. And I think that kind of aligns with how I was faced in this game with multiple tribe swatches, and I had to adapt really well to new environments. I was slow and steady in migrating in between these two environments, migrating between the middle of all the things going on. But at the end, I made a couple of good blind sides and I got some good immunities out there. I think that was me getting my food at the end.
Awesome. So the jury's consensus were you were a field mouse. You were hidden, and you knew how to hide within the walls, within the grass, hear everything that was going on. You weren't making moves from our perspective. You were following whatever you needed to follow to stay warm. You were trying to pick whatever you could, whether it was trying to find something for your own bedding so you could sleep another night. Accent.
It might be a little on the nose, but I would consider myself to have played the game of a wolf. Wolves run in packs, and it's no secret that I had my pack in this game. I was on Kusith, original Kusith, from the very beginning. I didn't go anywhere else, and so I was true to my pack, and I didn't have anyone else necessarily before the merge to create that with. So I knew that once I had my pack, this is the pack that I can work with, and this is what I can go to the end with, and what I made it to the end with. And as part of that wolf pack, there wasn't necessarily a leader. I think that between the main core alliance that I had with Maddie P and Larissa, like there was no number one leader in our pack, in our trio. We made decisions together, and there were some decisions that Larissa or Maddie P were really feeling that I went along with, and there were some decisions that I was really feeling that them two went along with. So that's what animal I would consider my game to be best resembled by.
All right, so the general consensus were you were like a golden retriever, a dog. You were led by a leash by a lot of the different players in that wolf pack, you said. And we felt that you were just strung along through a lot of those votes. That is all I think I would like to share. I think I have my answer. Best of luck, y'all.
May I say something? I think it is unfair to say that I was just pulled along on a leash throughout the entire game. It feels to me like the consensus right now is that I was Larissa's puppet, and I think that that is certainly an unfair assumption. I think that it's unfair to say that I wasn't my own player in this game.
Great answer, you three. Best of luck.
German, you're up.
Congratulations, all of you. My question is, what was the moment in the game that you felt that your game turned for the worst, and what did you do to recover?
Well, I think that there were many different low points to my game, both not my fault and definitely my fault. But I think I'll take the time now to comment on that final 19 round when I was going to go home had I not found the idol that round and saved myself. I came into the game with the very wrong mindset, and I'm okay admitting that. I came in ready to play, and I came in ready to pull people to the side, talk strategy, say something else to somebody else, and go 100% all the time because this was my opportunity. And that caused my name to get written down 5 times that round. So because of that approach, I was going to fail this season. Due to the idle play, I was able to go back to camp, reevaluate, and completely changed my game strategy. I went way less aggressive during that pre-merge. I really worked on my social and emotional connections, which is why they gave me purple in the first place. And because of that, I built really, really strong connections with the remainder of Alicorn heading into Mergatory. I took that same approach and applied it to my post-merge game. I wasn't as aggressive, but I was very intentional in a lot of the decisions that I made. I'm not the perfect player. I made plenty of mistakes, but that was the absolute low of my game. I cried like a baby, but I was very actively changing my strategy and adapting my approach.
Thank you, German. Lydia, you're up.
My question centers around what I felt like was the narrative in this game, kind of collectively. Many of us really, I think, touted a lot about integrity. And I think that that's a really valuable thing, and I like that that was a big part of like our collective, how we decided to play this game. Jason, you did a lot of over-promising and some under-delivering on that front. And I think there was, I think there are some questions around the integrity on that piece. So I would like to hear from you, using some of that information in your own perspective on the game. What is your narrative on integrity?
Right. I was wrong heading into that Final Five completely, because I made, I think, some average Survivor promises heading into that Final Five, as I was emotionally fine and in the place I'm ready to blindside someone, similarly to how Maddie and Kristen went out in 7th and 6th. After I had that moment because of Vic, I just felt like I went into a washing machine. It really was complete chaos for me at that point, and my brain just did not know what to do. If I was a better Survivor player, I would have taken more time to myself, collect my thoughts, know my strategy heading into that round like I did with every other round, and then have appropriate conversations with people. But because of that, I burned Taylor bad. Taylor pulled me aside, we were the sisters, and I, knowing how tight our connection was, completely ignored what I heard from Maddie during the jury deliberation and just went to him in a human moment. I love you, I'm taking you through, we're doing this together. And then I calmed myself down, recognized that if I took out Taylor, then I would have the shot at actually getting the votes to get into the final 3. So then that's why I made that decision there.
Thank you so much. This is a hard thing to be doing, so I'm really proud of you all. Thank you.
Maddie, you're up.
My question is specifically to you, Paxton, and it's around kind of, I guess, the theme of this particular season. It's the Cursed Kingdom. There were so many twists, so many advantages, so many game mechanics that not many of us could predict. And I looked at your game, and it's kind of the game that I wanted to play. I wanted to insulate myself with bigger targets, bigger players, and maneuver my way through the game to be able to be sitting here at the end. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. So I am keen to understand, was that consciously your strategy? And if so, could you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I knew that having really strong, tight alliances was something that I wanted in this game. And that it's something that I can say, like, no one else in this game had alliances that ran deeper than I did. I think that from a trustworthy standpoint, I think that no one else could get to a level of trustingness that I did with other players in this game. There were other parts that I definitely would have done differently had I could play it all again. I think that I would have much rather not been so tied down by my alliance. I was really happy to have it, and I know it's what I did, but I feel like for a moment there, for a lot of the post-merge, I felt trapped between our trio alliance that we had. Had I done it again, I wish I could have worked more with German. I wish I could have worked more with Lydia and Kristen when I had the chance. Taylor too. Really everyone in this game. I do wish that I had a more deeper level of strategy and personal connection like I had with you two. I still really am happy that I made the alliances that I made, and it's exactly what I wanted to do. But I wish I had done more outside of that realm of the alliance.
Kristen, you're up.
I'm certainly taking in your overall resumes in my vote, but me personally, I'm a social butterfly. So the social aspect of your game is really important to me. I want to see how you use that to impact your game. Paxton, rapid fire, down the jury, personal facts about as many of us as you can.
Do you want me to just say something that I know about each player?
Yeah.
Sure. All right, Jesse, legitimately one of the coolest humans I've ever met. Like the fact that like everything that you have done, like roller derby, like that's so awesome. Riley, I loved hearing you and how like your experience and your really deep personal connections with the people in your life. Lydia, I was so awesome. It was so fun hearing about your band. You and I talking music was like actually like I think one of the best conversations that I had out here. Maddie P, you and I just had such a deep level of personal connection between us that I really, really appreciate. Kristen, I loved hearing all about your crazy dating stories. I'm so glad I got to meet every single one of you, and I'm excited to learn more about you beyond this game.
Well done, Paxton. You won me over with that. That was nice.
Taylor, you're up.
Hi, Jason. I did lie in my last sentence. You have absolutely no shot at my vote. I do want to say I'm sorry if I got your hopes up because I know how much it hurts when that happens. For once, I disagree with Riley. Actually, I don't think you played like a feral cat. I think you played like a chicken. You had the opportunity to look me in the face and tell me whenever I was going to lose the game, and I am so happy that I will get the same opportunity to see your face when you find out that you're losing this game. Victoria, I think that everyone is talking about how little of a social game you played, and they're also underestimating how much actual agency you had in your game. So I want to give you the opportunity to talk about how you made yourself a presence in this game and why you deserve to win.
Yeah, I'll say for sure that me playing the middleman throughout a little bit before pre-merge and a little bit after merge definitely looks like from the outside, I think, that I was being strung along or going where the vote was easy and whatnot. But I will say, like, I really think that I made some very calculated deliberations with everyone involved for all the votes that I was the swing or the middleman for. And I think that that I was able to do it in a way that I didn't create any strong divides between me and other people, while continuing to be on the votes as they landed. Getting Maddie out was, I think, probably the one that I kind of orchestrated. I did have a social game with Maddie, and we were really close, and I thought we were number ones. I really did, and I don't promise that to anyone, that I'm gonna be your number one unless I truly think it. And I won't lie, it was a little hard to hear that, like, Maddie had other number ones. But that is where I took my social game into play, and I was like, all right, if I don't have this trust, then I have to figure out what to do with that, and I have to make a move with that. And I decided to vote to get Maddie out. No hard feelings.
Thank you. Great answer. And congratulations to all three of you. This is a very difficult game. You all outplayed me, and I'm a delusional dumbass. Thank you.
My question's not super thought out because I just got here. But basically, pick one of the two people sitting next to you and tell me why they should win, and give like a good speech for them.
I would choose Jason to win. I think that, of course, he had a very strong beginning game. You played your idol perfectly. You had a lot of advantages. I know post-merge that things got maybe a little bit different for him, but he still managed to truly gain the trust of people, I believe, and I think he had arguably one of the strongest social games for sure.
I would also say Jason for pretty much the same reason. I was straight up jealous of Jason's social game this entire ride. I think that from beginning to end, the connections that he made just ran deep, and I was legitimately jealous of the connections and deep running alliances that he had made with everyone. I think that Jason did an incredible job with finding new alliances post-merge, people that he hadn't, worked with before in that game. So I think that Jason, from just as a social powerhouse, I think is a really, really good candidate to win this game and would absolutely deserve it if he were to get the votes.
I'm gonna pick Vic. If I was a juror and it was the final two, I've been very impressed by her strategic maneuvering throughout the merge. I think that she did play the middle very strongly and was on the in for a lot of different decisions. She was included in the 4 different people who did the Maddie vote, which I think was the most technically impressive round, as I was shocked that that did not end up leaking. And I think that she played an ideal end game, in my opinion, by choosing not to go to Rocks, as she was the competition threat of the season. And I think her taking you out is a very good final stamp on her game for any jurors that were maybe just looking for one little push to get Vic across the finish line.
All right, thank you, Larissa. Thank you, jury. I will now give each of the finalists an opportunity to give a 2-minute plea as to why they should win this game. We'll go in order. Paxton, you're first.
I think that loyalty was no doubt the brand of my game. I think you all absolutely see that from beginning to end. The alliances that I made ran deeper than anyone else's alliances in this game. From an alliance standpoint, like, no one else can say that they got an idol to be played on them. I think that is a really, really big and powerful move and a good showcase of my sway and my ability as a player, that someone was willing to play their hard-earned idol on me to keep me around. And I think that making the right decisions at the right time was a very large part of my game, and I think that all of that encapsulates a very well-rounded resume of how a loyal game should be perfectly played. And I think that is why I deserve the vote. I think that I played about as good of a game that I could have with the cards that I was dealt, and did things that no one else in this entire game can say that they did.
Thank you, Paxton. Victoria, you're up.
Cool. To start from the beginning, I'm on Basilisk Tribe, but then of course, out of nowhere, I'm swapped onto a new tribe, and I was totally out of the majority. In that situation, it would have been easy for me to go home, but I was able to align with the green people. I was able to gain their trust, and I think definitely the best that I played in this game was at the end. I won 2 immunity challenges. I helped with the blindsiding of Maddie. At the same time, Taylor going out, I loved Taylor, and I told Taylor that you were my number 1, and I stuck with that. I did not put your name down. I never had an idol, I never had an advantage, and yet I'm still here. I didn't get outside help from that. And while that may look like a weakness in my resume, I think it really shows that I was able to continue to work through alliances and get people to be on my side without those powers. So that's why I think that I would deserve your vote.
Thanks, Victoria. Jason, close us out.
Heading into Merge, before Kristen won Redemption, the only person that I knew I had was Lydia. I did not have anybody else heading into that, and I knew that I needed to take power, which was the theme of the season, in the best way that I knew how with my own skill set, social and emotional relationships, and navigated every single round of this merge knowing exactly who was going home. I never voted wrong from merge forward. I was the one who fought from day one. I adapted consistently. I was the one going home third, and that would have crushed me. But I kept fighting, and I never stopped. It was every single morning I thought, how am I getting through this? They know I'm a big threat. They know that I have the story. How am I making it to Final 3? And every round I kept going. I know that I controlled a lot this season. So I hope and I pray that all of you recognize that when you go to the jury vote.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, finalists. Thank you, jury. It is now time for us to vote for a winner. Just a reminder, you are voting for the person who you want to win Season 3 of Marooned. So with that, Jesse, you're up.
final tribal council. That by far blew everything out of the water, everything I thought. I think one person swayed with 1%.
What a strong final three. I am super proud of all of you. I would be proud for you to be our winner.
Hard decision, well fought. I love you all, and I am legitimately so proud. This was my original plan. If y'all flopped, all of you killed it. And I think you killed it really, really good. Jason, you're my homie. I hope you take it. Congratulations.
This is the happiest I've been to write someone's name down in this game. Big P or Paxton, I'm so proud of the game that you played. You made me feel comfortable. You're my #1 ally. I'm really hoping you take this out.
All right, still undecided.
I think there is only one person who deserves to win this game, and I think it's ridiculous that everyone is discrediting you. And if anything, I'm offended. If only for you helping me get through that balance beam in the middle of the night, I have to vote for you.
I'm so frustrated because I hate to be that juror that's like, I did better. But like, every single time they were answering questions, I was like, I had a better answer for that, bro. Maybe in hindsight, I will regret this decision. I don't know. I need to hear more about it, but I just don't think everybody did enough.
For the final time this season, I'll go tally the votes. All right. Finalists, jury, thank you so much for such a great season of Marooned. Really brings back the love that our whole team has for doing this. I just want to say thank you so much for making this an amazing season. We're so excited, and I'm sure you are too, to find out who wins. So, without further ado, finalists, Paxton, Victoria, Jason, you want to see your name in this urn. For the final time this season, I will read the votes. First vote, Paxton. Second vote, Jason. 1 vote Paxton, 1 vote Jason. Third vote, Victoria.
Yay, good job, everyone.
1 vote Paxton, 1 vote Victoria, 1 vote Jason. Next vote, Paxton. 2 votes Paxton, 1 vote Victoria, 1 vote Jason. Jason, we are tied. 2 votes Paxton, 2 votes Jason, 1 vote Victoria. Next vote, Paxton. That's 3 votes Paxton, 2 votes Jason, 1 vote Victoria, 2 votes left. Jason, we are tied at 3. 3 votes Jason, 3 votes Paxton, 1 vote Victoria, 1 vote left. And the winner of Marooned Season 3, Jason, congratulations. You are the winner of Marooned Season 3, Cursed Kingdom. Jason, come on over real quick. Jason, come up here. Come up here. Come up here. I know you're excited. Jason, congratulations. You are the winner of Marooned Season 3 and the $750 prize. What's going through your mind right now?
Apply for Marooned!
Yeah! Well done, congratulations. All right, go celebrate, well done. Well, everyone, thank you so much for an amazing 3rd season. We are so excited to be back next summer for Marooned Season 4. If you think you could do what Jason just did, apply to be on Marooned next season. That's the end of Season 3. See you later. Woo!